What's going on, guys? Crypto Renegade here. In today's video, we're going to be doing a first look at the brand new and newly revamped and released Heatbit mini device, where it is now not only a Bitcoin miner, but it is also a heater and an air purifier. Stay tuned, you are not going to want to miss this one. So, okay, if you saw my video I did about a year ago, I did the original Heatbit 1, which was a very large device, and it was far more expensive than what you're seeing here. So in today's video, I want to break down this brand new, completely redesigned Heatbit, calling it the Heatbit Mini. So just for context, the old Heatbit was about 36 inches or around roughly 3 feet tall, and it weighed about 45 pounds. It was huge. But it was very effective in terms of providing heat in a small space. It wasn't very loud, and you were earning passive income and mining Bitcoin at the same time, which in my opinion is genius. If you're already heating your home, if you live in a cold area and you just need a space heater, why not earn money and offset your heating bills while you're doing it? So what they did is they came back and took a lot of feedback from people like me and several others, and they came with something that's a lot more affordable. It's a much better design. And we're going to go through some of the details here and kind of what they did, completely clean this up. Now, I will tell you guys one thing. The first generation Heatbit 1 that I had a few months ago started acting up. It couldn't connect to the Bitcoin network in the mining pool, and it stopped earning me rewards. I reached out to customer service. They were amazing. They offered to fully replace the Heatbit 1 for me because after a lot of troubleshooting, they couldn't get it to reconnect. I said no. They're like, hey, we'll send you a new Heatbit 1 and you can go ahead and give us your thoughts and your information on that. So that currently is on its way to me. So I will be doing a full unboxing and review on that one. And that one, that original one, before it started acting up, and sounds like they fixed completely everything from the ground up on this one. But that one, over the course of the time that I earned it, that I started using it in end of 2021 all the way through 2022 and through 2023, about halfway or so, I earned over $400 to $500 worth of Bitcoin in that time. And there's a lot of different options. You can get paid directly in Bitcoin. You can get paid directly in cash. It shows you your earnings. You know, there's a lot of different things that you can do. But let's go over some of the details here. I'm going to go over the pricing at the end because they have a couple of different pricing models so that this can reach a lot more people than the other one. So the previous Heatbit 1, the larger device, and again, I'll link that old video at the end of this one if you want to see kind of where it started and how it kind of came along. But that device was about $1,200 to $1,400 depending on shipping, depending on where you lived, and the different specs that you got. As you can see right here on the screen, it's this one starting at $219. But again, this one is smaller. It's about 2 feet tall and it's about 8 inches wide and weighs about 14 pounds, give or take. So the pitch here is that they're going to hit a much wider price sensitive, much wider audience. It generates approximately $15 a month while it's on. So people that use this in the winter or the spring or are in a basement, this thing is genius because it allows you to not only heat up the room that you're in if you're in a cold space, but it's mining Bitcoin and purifying the air at the same time. If you have dogs that shed like me, or if you have other animals or kids, it's perfectly safe. Use mine as much as I possibly could, obviously, except in the summer. And I'm going to be doing some snow camping this season, so this is going to come in handy when I have this as well. So let's jump right into kind of what the changes are here. So the big thing here is previously the first generation, that one that they had only was a heater and it was a Bitcoin miner, which is really all it needed to be for me. It's not complex and it's not the most efficient miner. This is not great for the person that's looking for the best ROI on Bitcoin. Basically what this is for is if you're buying a space heater, just a normal space heater, you get it like Home Depot or Lowe's or Amazon or whatever, then you might as well earn Bitcoin passively while you do it. So that's what this device is for. But now they've also added in the air purifying functionality, as well as doing what it previously did, which was provide a lot of heat because it's using 5 nanometer silicon chips. And they figured they could kind of nail out another one, which is purifying air, which for me was a big one. Pet hair, pollen, other smells, things like that. It really does a lot. In this particular case, they're obviously advertising the different design here, that it's a heater, miner, air purifier. It heats up to about 400 square feet, which is a pretty large room, standard size room. The design here is that they've changed here. On the previous version, you could only get air and heat from the front or the back, you know, because it was a rectangle. This one is circular now, so it's 360 air intake and then 360 also had an option to ramp it up if you want extra heat, if it's extra cold. But again, they've completely redesigned this to be more efficient, more effective, and of course lighter, and of course cheaper, which I'm really excited about. They took a really good idea and improved upon it. This kind of gives you right here an estimate depending on the price of Bitcoin at the time, based on how many months a year you run your heater. We'll kind of get into those payment options and buy options in just a minute here, but this is sort of an estimated or calculator. For most people, depending on where you live, unless you're living in the desert like Arizona or something like that, or Miami where it's just warm all year round, most people on average run heaters in their home, just in general, 5 to 6 months out of the year. So depending on, winter, fall, winter, and spring, and in those months, in this case, it's telling, it's giving you an estimate, obviously, and this all depends on the price of Bitcoin and if you're running it 24 hours a day using 400 watts of power. But in this particular case, you're basically earning about $158 a year passively. Now, that obviously isn't going to pay for the full device in the first year, but over time that will compound and you're earning Bitcoin directly. No, you don't have to KYC. You don't have to do anything like that. I've already tested the withdrawals. You can get payouts whenever you want, no minimums, and it's a pretty effective system. This is something that will pay itself off over time as long as you take good care of it. And of course, in this case, I have it at the 3-year average of Bitcoin, which is 37,700, and you'll see this calculator change if we put it at the all-time high, 65,000. You'll see that it pays for itself depending on which plan you want to do in the first year, and approximately how many sats or satoshis you are going to be earning depending on how often you run it. This is an ASIC miner, which stands for Application Specific Integrated Chip. This is designed specifically for Bitcoin mining, nothing else. There's no other coins, there's nothing like that, and they're integrated with NiceHash, and it's a very seamless, easy system. Now again, I want to reiterate, this Bitcoin miner is not the most efficient ROI miner. If you're trying to make money with Bitcoin mining, this is not it. This is just a cool device where it's a smart home device that's a heater and an air purifier that just so happens to mine Bitcoin at the same time. So it's not gonna be the most efficient, but we're gonna get into some of the specs here in just a second. As I mentioned, they're using a 5nm chip. It mines approximately 70,000 sats per month, operating at the same energy consumption level as regular heaters. There's 33 chips per device, about 20 billion transistors, and 5nm is just the silicon architecture. You can all set it up through the app. You can manage it remotely, and it's very simple. Again, I did this on the previous Heatbit one before I sent it back, and they're gonna replace it with this one, which is on its way. And it was a very seamless user experience, which is simple. You literally plug it in and you start earning Bitcoin within 5 minutes, which for the people that aren't that tech savvy, they don't want to learn how to actually mine, this is a very good option for passive income. So this is where I want to get into sort of the pricing structure and the different options that you have. They completely discontinued the Heatbit 1. They revamped it with this Heatbit Mini, which is lighter, faster, cheaper, so on and so forth. I want to give you all of the different options right here and lay it out as much as I possibly can clearly, and then state at the end I'll get you a discount code specific to me that will help drop this price even lower if you're interested. So they give you 3 different options, okay, to get started. Obviously right now, as of filming this, the current price is $219. This one, the reason it's so cheap is it allows you to not only get the hardware or the heater or purifier for free, but it allows you to get 25% payout of all Bitcoin earned. So this one would be a rev share, and the reason that is obviously to offset the hardware costs that they get you, and it lowers the barrier to entry for people that maybe aren't that into Bitcoin and they just want a nice heater and a nice air purifier, and 25% of all earnings will get paid out to you directly. Obviously that will help offset the cost so that they're not losing money on hardware. The middle tier plan is the equal split, which is about 35,000 satoshis per month. This is a 50-50 rev share, same thing. You pay this amount, they send it to you, and for life, you're getting 50% of all Bitcoin earned on the machine. I feel like this is gonna be the one for people that wanna dip their toes in, are gonna do it because it's relatively cheap and it allows you to earn half the Bitcoin at the time right here. In my opinion, this is what most people will start with unless you're a hardcore Bitcoin, either maxi or a Bitcoin enthusiast like myself. Not a maxi, but enthusiast. I like mining, I like earning, I like doing all of that kind of stuff. And especially with something that has utility, like heating a room or purifying a room and things that I'm already gonna be doing anyway, I might as well try to recoup some of that money and earn passive income. Your full ownership, which is you're outright paying for the hardware and you keep 100% of the Bitcoin that you earn from day one. Currently, this is at $639 with, again, filming this in early October 2023. These prices will go up because they're in the first month of the release since this is a brand new product. So these prices are going to go up. So make sure if you're interested in this, if you're thinking about this, consider doing it as quickly as possible. And I'll give you the discount code down in the description below, which will help offset this. The other thing is that I want to point out here is that you will have to pay for shipping unless you get the full ownership option. So there's free shipping over $600, which means you can get free shipping, which normally costs about $30 to $40 in of itself. So you can do that, plus use my discount code, which will give you 5 to 10% off depending on when you buy this in addition. So if you, for example, right now, if you were to buy the full ownership one, you'll get free shipping, and if you use my code, you're out the door at about $600, give or take a few pennies. And that's honestly a pretty good deal. Sounds like it'll pay itself off within 2 years. And again, if you already are in the market for a space heater or an air purifier, this is a great option. So it says it's arriving in October 2023. I'm filming this in early October 2023. The prices will go up. They have options they have a 12-month warranty on the device itself. They have a lifetime warranty if you do a filter subscription. This is for the air filter, which you can replace every 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, etc. And you get bulk discounts if you want to do 2 minis, one for each room, 3 minis for multiple rooms throughout the house. And obviously you can go up from there and get bulk discounts. So it's not loud. It's not doing anything other than what it should be, which is heating the home very quietly. Most ASIC miners are extremely loud, so it's disruptive, so it won't scare any animals. It can't hurt any babies. It has safe features built in, so if it gets knocked over by your dog or your cat or whatever, and it won't set it, will automatically, it has a accelerometer, so if it tilts over, it won't catch fire. It'll automatically have a safety release mechanism where you can go ahead and it will automatically turn off for you. So there's a bunch of cool little tech gadgets kind of built in here for me, but ultimately, this is a great and substantial upgrade. They took a lot of feedback that I gave them of it's too heavy, it's not very efficient, it's still a little bit loud. They cleared a lot of this, and if you put it in the corner of a room, there wasn't good airflow. So this one really is a much better device. Again, I will be doing an unboxing and give you my full honest review on everything as soon as I get it here in the next few weeks, but I wanted to do sort of this quick first look video to show you all the changes that they made. It's only 11 pounds, 2 feet tall, 8 inches wide, consumes 400 watts of heating, or you can power it up to do 1,000 watts if you're in a really cold room, or in my case, if you're out camping in the cold and you have a power source, this will really help you. It does 10 terahashes per second on the hash rate. Not great, but also pretty dang great if all you're doing this for is using it for a heater or an air purifier. So as an ASIC, it's pretty efficient given the specs that we're given here and for the price. And they obviously made a lot of changes here. In my opinion, it will be for the better. I just got word that they're going to be releasing an AC unit, which is what I'm really excited for, and that's being developed and being worked on right now. So this company is releasing a lot of different products and a lot of different applications, but completely revamping the heater and air purifier so it's more accessible, it's more affordable for more people, and depending on what you want to do and how much money you want to earn over what period of time, you should definitely consider this. Again, check out my links in the description below. I'll also leave in the description a link to the previous video that I did a little over a year ago, or maybe it was almost 2 years ago now, for the original Heatbit 1, the unboxing review. So I'll go ahead and leave that there. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns on this one, let me know down. I will do my best to answer them. And until next time, go ahead and click right here on this video to see the original unboxing, and the new Heatbit Mini unboxing video will come shortly. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up here. Crypto Renegade out.